Hello and welcome back to TalkFCB and welcome back here to the channel, guys, and welcome to a different kind of pre-match video ahead of the Champions League fixture tomorrow against Slavia Prague in Group F. We are going to be talking about the game, we are going to be talking about how I feel Barcelona should set up coming into this one, but we're also going to be talking about a few very important issues that right now I feel we have to discuss. It's all coming up. Let's get right to it. Kickoff tomorrow will be coming at an earlier time in the Champions League. We've been selected there for the earlier kickoff slot. It'll be coming at 6:55 p.m. live from the Camp Nou Stadium on Tuesday evening. With the other game in Group F, Dortmund hosting Inter, a crucial fixture there. That's going to be coming up in the later kickoff on Tuesday in what should be here match day 4, a very important round of fixtures. But I have to kick off today's video by talking about an issue away from the Champions League. I have to wish my very best for myself, and I'm sure all of you guys, to Andre Gomes, the former Barcelona midfielder who yesterday in Everton's game against Tottenham suffered what was a horrific ankle injury. It was a tackle there coming in from Heung-min Son, and you've got to say he was given a red card for it, but I feel they're very unjust. Yes, it was a badly timed tackle, but he didn't mean to do that. There was no serious intent in that, and it was actually there what happened after the tackle which seriously injured Gomes. His foot was planted, it was very unfortunate, very unlucky, it's a really serious injury, and of course now, all my best wishes to him. He's undergoing surgery today, hopefully he can recover and get back to playing as soon as possible. My very best wishes to Andre Gomes. And the second thing, slightly away from Barcelona, that I have to discuss in today's video, we were all thinking it, yesterday when the news broke, we were all saying the same thing. Bayern, like we predicted after the game on Saturday, they've sacked their coach, Niko Kovac, and that for me just makes things worse for us. It just makes us look even worse than we already did, because Kovac has been sacked here after 2 league defeats in the Bundesliga this season. They got hammered on the weekend, they got embarrassed, they got humiliated against Frankfurt, and Bayern have acted. Valverde has already suffered 1 more league defeat this season than Niko Kovac, and can you imagine if Kovac had already suffered that kind of humiliation in the Champions League? Just remember, a few weeks ago, this Bayern side beat Tottenham by 7 goals to 2 in the Champions League, but no, it doesn't matter. They're ruthless. They will make the decision that they feel is the right move. And just look at our board. What are they doing? The spineless cowards are doing nothing. They're just sitting there and watching all this unfold while other clubs are actually starting to act. But I actually want to talk here about the other side of it, because after he was relieved of his duties yesterday, Niko Kovac came out and said, look, it was a decision between myself and the Bayern hierarchy. We both decided it was time to leave. He offered his resignation. He said, I think it's the right decision, the right time to leave. The results and also the way we've been playing made me come to the decision to resign. And that's incredible. The guy there has actually accepted that, yeah, maybe I'm not the right man for the job. Maybe things are not moving in the right direction. And Bayern fans now have got so much more respect for Niko Kovac after he's done that. Can you imagine Ernesto Valverde offering his resignation? Because he was actually asked after the game on Saturday, do you even consider resigning? Valverde said no, he doesn't have that much respect, and above all else, it just shows he doesn't care about the club. Niko Kovac there actually took the decision to leave the club for the better of the club. Surely Valverde can see that if he were to leave, if he were to step aside, he would be doing it for the good of the club, but he doesn't give a damn, and that's what hurts. And I just feel like if Valverde had resigned, if he'd handed in his resignation, or even offered his resignation after Roma, after Liverpool, after the Copa del Rey final, we would have respected Valverde and actually celebrated his achievements much more than we will do. Because I'll tell you what, it's again cowardice from him, from the board. Right now, everybody can see things are not good, but nobody wants to do anything about it. Nobody is brave enough to actually stand up and say either you're sacked or I'm going to resign. I'm going to offer my resignation. I'm going to do the right thing. And after seeing the ruthlessness of Bayern Munich, and it's not just Bayern either, because you think about it, in a few weeks' time, reports are already circulating. If Real Madrid don't get a good result against Paris Saint-Germain in the Champions League, that could be the end for Zinedine Zidane. Already, Florentino Perez will act. A club legend, but he doesn't care. And Zidane also will step aside if he feels it's the right thing to do. And that's the thing. Every single elite club in the world right now, the coaches have to perform or they're out. That's how it works. You've got to be at your best or you simply cannot survive. What on earth has Ernesto Valverde done to be this untouchable? It's ridiculous. But if we now move on to the game itself, guys, and I actually asked you guys the question, instead of asking you how much we were going to win by or not this time around, I've actually asked you here, what sort of performance are you expecting in the game against Slavia Prague tomorrow? Would you expect a convincing win and a convincing performance? Would you expect an average display but a win? Or will you be expecting a woeful performance and a woeful result? And many of you there, as you can see, opting for an average display but a win. And I think that tells you everything. Right now at Barcelona, we've come to expect results over performance, and that's never been the case before. That has never happened at Barcelona, and quite often under Valverde, we don't even have the results to go with that, just like what happened on Saturday. But I actually wouldn't be surprised here to see Barcelona come out and actually put on a bit of a show. It's at home, it's at the Camp Nou, it's against opposition there that we should be winning very, very convincingly, but let's wait and see what happens. We don't know right now which Barca will show up. Nothing will surprise me. We're going to have to wait and see. Heading into the game, of course, there will be no Luis Suárez this time around. He went off injured, of course, against Levante, and he'll miss around 3 weeks of action there with the same sort of injury that he picked up against Athletic at the start of the season. So no Suárez at all in this one or at the weekend. Dembele should return to the squad. We can't be absolutely sure of that, but Dembele should be back with the squad, even though there was nothing wrong with him on Saturday. Valverde admitted he left him out for reasons which he wouldn't disclose, but he said it was my choice to leave Dembele out. Surely in this game, he has to come back in. We need to start seeing some performances from this man, and the only way we can do that is getting him on the pitch. And here it is, guys. Here is the team that if I was in charge of Barcelona heading into the Champions League game tomorrow against a team that we should dominate from the off. We should be all over Slavia Prague. We should be penning them back, dominating the ball, creating chances at will, and just smothering them at the Camp Nou. No question about it. No Luis Suárez. So here's what I do. Ter Stegen in goal. Jordi Alba returning at left back. He should be absolutely fine to play tomorrow. Longley and Piqué there at centre back. Semedo returning at right back. Then in midfield, Arthur Melo, Frenkie de Jong. They can hold their own there as a midfield too. They can pivot. They can do the midfield things that you need to do in this kind of game. They can be press resistant. They can press high. They can really get in the face there of the Slavia midfield and control things. You've got Messi here. Dropping in central can at times become part there of a midfield three. But of course, he can also do the damage there in the final third. Dembele on the right-hand side, Ansu Fati on the left, Antoine Griezmann leading the line. I know what you're going to say, Ernesto Valverde is never going to do this, but you know what? I don't care. Right now, forget Valverde. Let's just talk about something that if we had a competent coach, if we were getting exciting football at Barcelona, these are the players that we have. These are the players that we'll still have after Valverde is gone, and for that reason, we should still have optimism with this group. They are good players. We do have quality. We do have players who can play offensive, exciting football. Just look at that. Because of course, you could start here with a front three. You could move Messi out to the right-hand side, but as we know, Messi likes to come central, so why not start him in that kind of area? And at the same time, the space that he's vacating, leave it there for somebody like Ousmane Dembele, and on the other side, have the exciting threat of Ansu Fati. You imagine there, Lionel Messi with the ball against a team that we're dominating, to pick out the passes to Ansu Fati, to Ousmane Dembele, and down the middle there, creating that combination, creating that partnership with Antoine Griezmann. That for me is so exciting. Like I say, it probably won't happen. Valverde won't allow this kind of quality, but look at the players that we have and still remain here. These are quality footballers. Don't forget that. Don't ever be blindsided into thinking that Barcelona don't have good players, that we're coming to the end, that Barcelona are no more. We still have quality footballers right throughout that team, and we should never forget that. We have an exciting group, and Valverde, whatever he does, however he wants to make us play right now, he will never take that away from us. We will survive after he's gone. Don't worry about that. And in terms of a score prediction heading into tomorrow's game, guys, I've got to say it's very, very difficult because quite frankly, it could be one of two things. Barcelona tomorrow could turn it on. It could be 5-0. It could be 6-0. We could really blitz Slavia Prague at the Camp Nou and make a real statement, but it's at home. That's at the end of the day. It's still going to be at home, and it still, for me, won't mean an awful lot until we prove that we can do it away. But at the same time, we could quite easily see a 1-1, a 2-1, a scrappy win. That wouldn't surprise me either. So it's very, very difficult to give a score prediction, and so I'm not going to on this occasion. But leave me your thoughts down below, guys. What team would you like to see in this game? What do you feel about Bayern there sacking Kovac and our failure to do the same with Valverde? Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below. And of course, tomorrow I'll be back and we'll see what Barca produce. I'll see you then. But until next time, as always, Visca El Barça.